The power of willingness. Willingness is the unseen bridge between who we have been and who we are becoming. It begins not with a grand action, but with a quiet thought, a whisper to the soul that says, "I am willing to look at life differently." That single statement opens the mind to possibility. It is the gentle turning of the heart toward hope, the beginning of a shift from resistance to acceptance. When we are willing, we no longer fight against reality. Instead, we begin to move with it, allowing life to teach us, shape us, and expand us in ways we never imagined possible. Willingness is not about having the answers or being fearless. It is about being open enough to explore the unknown. It is the moment when we stop demanding that life conform to our expectations and start asking what life might be trying to reveal. Every breakthrough begins in that sacred space of willingness. Healing begins there. Recovery begins there. Forgiveness begins there. When the mind says, "I don't know how to change, but I'm willing," the heart begins to awaken to the deeper intelligence within us. Suddenly, a new light appears on the path, a light that guides us toward transformation. To be willing is to surrender control, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. Control is born of fear. Willingness is born of faith. It trusts that something larger than our ego is at work. A divine intelligence, a universal rhythm, a creative force that knows how to lead us into greater harmony. Through willingness, we give permission for life to rearrange itself around truth rather than illusion. And in that rearrangement, we discover that what once felt impossible begins to unfold naturally. Think of a seed breaking open in the dark soil. It does not force its way to the surface. It surrenders to the warmth, the moisture, and the mystery of growth. Willingness works the same way in the soul. It breaks open the hardened places within us so that something new can grow. The moment we say, "I am willing to see this differently," we invite light into the darkness, love into the fear, peace into the chaos. That single act of willingness can shift an entire lifetime of pain into a journey of awakening. Willingness transforms our relationships, our choices, and even our sense of purpose. When we are willing to listen instead of react, we create space for understanding. When we are willing to forgive, we release the chains of resentment. When we are willing to trust, we discover that life has been guiding us all along. Each small willingness becomes a doorway to grace. The power is not in striving, but in allowing new perceptions to form, new emotions to flow, new meaning to arise. Every day offers a chance to practice willingness. We can be willing to see the lesson in our struggle, to find gratitude in our challenges, to believe in love even when we have been hurt. The more we say yes to life, the more life says yes to us. Willingness is the soil in which transformation takes root. It is the courage to release the old and make room for the new. It is the heart's quiet declaration, "I am ready to grow." And so, in this moment, take a breath and whisper to yourself, "I am willing. I am willing to learn. I am willing to heal. I am willing to love again. I am willing to trust that everything unfolding before me is part of my becoming." For willingness is not just a mindset. It is the birthplace of miracles, the beginning of every transformation, and the power that turns resistance into awakening.